Hear that clacking noise? All right, boom. I'm not a mechanic, but I've got a 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee. The transfer case drive chain is slipping or worn out and needs replaced. I learned this from a YouTube video from Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. He had a full video on how to replace it on a newer Jeep. I'm gonna give it a shot. So when you stomp on the gas or when you accelerate, you hear a loud clacking noise. Clack, 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 and it stays like that from like 0 miles an hour until 25 miles an hour. And it sounds like the same problem. So I ordered a new chain and I'm gonna put it on. And I have basic tools. I don't really know what I'm doing, but let's go. Here's brand new, haven't even taken out of the box yet. This is the new transfer case chain. For this Jeep, it's a 1-inch chain, 36 links. I bought it off rockauto.com. So, yeah, and here's the Jeep. And way up there, that's the bottom of the transfer case. That's where we're going in. All right, underneath the car, here's the transfer case. My understanding is we can
drop off this rear drive shaft, disconnect it back here, drop it down, take it out, and then undo those bolts, take the case off. I gotta drain the fluid out first, and then I'll have that open and I can replace the chain, put it all back together. So, my
extensive YouTube research told me to get some nail polish, which I got here. And Mark.
God, that shit stinks.
Mark, where? Okay. See if I can do this. Basically, Mark, where you take the drive shaft off. Just going for it. I think that's all connected. I think this is the important. I think this is the important spot down here. All right. Enough arts and crafts. Let's get going. All right. I still need to drain the fluid from the transfer case, but since I'm under here, I'm gonna get started loosening these. I'm gonna try loosen these strap belts. These bolts on this strap belt. This drive shaft off, and then I'm gonna loosen the fluid.
Okay,
yeah, these feel like they're on there like a bitch. So, I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna try and break these bolts free, and then I'll pick back up. All right, sweet. Down here, I'm gonna bust this open, drain this fluid into the pan. I got these bolts back here loosened up. So we'll drain this out and then we'll get that thing out of the way. All right. Got this thing loose. Also upgraded the lighting under the car here. So
we can see what the hell we're doing.
And yeah. Oh shit, wow. That's dirty as hell. I think it's supposed to be red. Yeah, 155,000 miles on this bitch. 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. V6, 4.0 liter. Pretty basic, pretty awesome car. It's, knock on wood, ran great. Started making this clacking noise. It's my daughter's car. She drove it since August before she told me. And I was like, I heard her driving away one day. I'm like,
what the hell is that?
So now I'm gonna fix it, hopefully. So yeah, we'll let this drain out and then we'll get started. All right, back down here. Got these bolts loosened up. So I'm just gonna pick it back up. I'm gonna get these things loose and you get the drift. All right, got those little strap bolts off and so now I gotta get this thing off. So that's the next step. Okay, quick update. I had to go watch the video on how to remove the rear end drive shaft, but I realized I marked the wrong side of the drive shaft. I need to mark the location that it comes out of the transfer case on, apparently.
Hell, I don't know.
So we're going with that because I think this piece is going to pull out. All right, so now we're just going to pry this bitch off. All right, that was a bitch. I couldn't get that drive shaft out, but I pried it with a screwdriver, beat the hell out of it with a hammer, and finally got it loose. And from what I can tell is I can yank this whole thing straight back and this will come out. So we're gonna try that.
So, supposed to lift this up, pull it straight back, and it slides out. But
I'm having a hell of a time filming,
Holding the damn thing and filming.
so we're gonna I'm just gonna give it a shot. All right, so I'm gonna pull it out and then I'll show you what it looks like after.
all right, I'm guessing I have to take this little metal clip off.
Boom. All right, so drive shaft's on the ground. So now I'm gonna have to inspect that drive shaft to make sure it's like, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but make sure it's good. And then next step is round the horn, take those bolts out, pop this transfer case cover off, and yeah, we go from there. All right, got the drive shaft off, and
I sprayed some WD-40 around here.
anyway, I noticed this U-joint is this little plastic cap is busted. Still looks good. It's not dry. It's the bearings look good. I think that's how it works. Just that little cap keeps the grease in, but pretty sure I cracked that thing during the removal of the drive shaft because I couldn't get the damn thing off. But anyway, so now I'm thinking about might go to the auto parts store and get a new U-joint and just replace that, because that'll, from what I understand from YouTube, this from a YouTube video from Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. He had a full video on.
Thank you, YouTube.
This will dry out and then that'll fail, it'll be metal on metal, and then that U-joint will rattle and cause problems and stuff like that. But anyway, this is all original stuff. Everything else looks pretty good.
Back under the car.
Oh shit, my light's going out.
Back under the car.
I started breaking these bolts. They're on there pretty damn good.
So, I'm gonna go around, take all those bolts out, and then that transfer case cover comes off.
And that's where the chain is. All right, so something to look out for. You got all these large bolts around the outside, and then you got a few smaller bolts, like this one. Those guys stick out the back side of the transfer case, like really far, and they're all rusted, and they're
Son of a bitch to get out.
so these other ones, these bigger ones, are not so bad. So I'm gonna hit them with some
WD-40.
I just gotta loosen the rest of them, take them out, and then I'm assuming this thing's
It's pretty damn heavy.
So I might slide a jack under there to brace it, maybe catch it on the way down. Yeah, that's it.
got tired of
Ratcheting all this shit.
so I'm gonna give this a run. Well, I got all the bolts out. Didn't have to worry about the thing falling because
It's freaking stuck on there with the gasket.
or whatnot. But on the at least on this one, on the driver's side, there's a little notch in there that you can get a screwdriver in there and start prying this thing. Now we got drips. Case is coming apart, so now I can go around, loosen this sucker up. Shit, fucking light went out. I'll pull this bitch off. So let's go.
Alright. This is the part of the video that's pretty fucked up because didn't realize I couldn't get the case cover off without removing this.
After hours of
Watching YouTube,
and
a few beers.
I found a video where this dude beat the shit out of this thing to get it off. So that's how I started, and I see it slowly coming off.
Pain in the ass.
Got that thing off. What the hell is it? Beat it up pretty good. Eventually it shimmied off. I don't see that washer. It's supposed to be a little different. Yeah, what I'm learning is all these things are different.
So now, I don't know if this thing will come off, if this will slide off now, but that's what I'm gonna try now. So I got all the bolts out of this piece. So, let's see what we got.
Okay. I consulted
YouTube University again.
and this looks like this piece separates. So I gotta knock that loose. That comes off, then I believe there's a washer underneath there. And then there'll be some bearings that will be exposed. But then I should be able to slide this off. And then that will allow me to get the case off. That's what I hope.
2 hours later.
Hell yes, bro. Now it's coming off. Hell yes. All right. All right. Back at it. Had to go to the store, buy a pair of snap ring pliers. And gotta take this snap ring off. So that's what I'm gonna do next.
Hell yeah.
Got this off. I got that snap ring out. And that was a pain to get off. Once I got that off, mainly because the pliers I bought suck. So buy a bigger, beefier set of snap pliers. That'd be my advice. But I got it off. And then once that snap ring was out of the way, I took the bolts out, and this thing slid right off. So now, hot damn, took that cover off. There's the big thing on this outside of it. That was on the outside of the case cover, and this piece is on the inside, and it comes in. So I'm gonna have to make sure I have that back in the right spot. But anyway, look at this shit. Look how much slack's in that chain. It's so stretched, it's touching the transfer case.
Your chain is so stretched, it's touching the transfer case.
So I'm pretty confident that's the noise, the big loud clacking noise. Now, I think I'll put the new chain on, and then I'll have to put it all back together, and we'll test it out. All right, not sure if you can see this, but it looks like these sprockets have a snap ring washer. Holding this on. So I'm going to try and remove
This one, get this, maybe I'll be able to slide that socket off, sprocket off, and get the chain off and put the new chain on and then put that back on. I don't know, I might have to take them both off. If I can't get that chain off to slide off. Probably not, I don't know, probably have to take them both. Anyway.
I just hope the dog shit pliers I bought hold up. Otherwise I'll be going back to the auto parts store. Boom, bam. I went back to the store. I couldn't get this snap ring off with the pliers I bought. So I bought a second pair of pliers. Best ones they had, but it worked. They were slightly better, but they still suck. Anyway.
So we'll do this with freaking one hand or whatnot.
But this, I think, is going to slide off. Yeah. And now, this is what I've been waiting for. I'll be damned. So now I'm going to try and put the new one on. And then get started putting things back together.
Progress, baby.
This is a bigger job than I expected, and I did a lot of shit out of order and do things differently if I knew what I was doing, if I had done this before.
So, but that's how you learn. So, let's go. Wow.
Holy shit.
That worked. Slid this off. Got the new chain. Put the new chain over the top sprocket. And then was able to slide this back on. Now it's back in place, and look at that. I'll have to do a before and after picture. So now it's time to put her together. Oh, from my YouTube videos and stuff, I've learned that this is a magnet, and I got to take that out and clean that off because that basically is caked with, looks like a furry donut. It's caked with tons of goop and metal shavings and all kinds of bullshit from the grinding.
So I'm gonna clean that off and then I'll stick it back in there.
It's right inside the drain plug when you put the case back on. Anyway, the rest is...
Yeah, the rest of this shit looks pretty fucking burnt up and dirty.
But, I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with the new chain.
Oh.
Once I clean this up, I'm going to clean up the other shit a little bit and then put it all back together. All right.
Bada bop boom pow.
There's that magnet all cleaned up. I mean, the transfer case fluid has probably never been changed, 155,000 miles. You can see there's like sludge on the inside of the case. Anyway, I'm plopping that magnet back in where it goes. And then this cover down here, I'm gonna take that out and try and wipe that out.
Cause I'm on white man. Cause I'm on Mr. White down here. I've been Fox a million.
That's got some pretty bad sludge on the inside of it. But I'm hoping with
brand new fluid in there. I'll fill it up when I get everything back together and run it for a little while, and then I'll drain the fluid again and change it.
And then try to change it regularly, and I think it'll be okay. But I'll try and get as much gunk out of there that I can. All right, so cleaned out this case. On the upper gear wheel, the right gear, sprocket, whatever.
I noticed something.
If you can see that, this bolt thing, the chain was hitting that and grooving that out as it went by. I don't know if that's the culprit, the loud popping noise, but when the slack in that chain was hitting this, carved the hell out of that. But now, hopefully with the new chain, no slack, won't be hitting that, hopefully no noise. All right, I was able to get that snap washer back on. Never had to mess with that one.
Hey, Mr. White down here.
I'm gonna go around the outside and try and clean off the outside of the case because there's like residue from the old gasket.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? Out there, all feel type shit like.
So, gotta clean that off, and then we'll be looking at getting the old case back on.
I just spread some goo around the edge of the transfer case, liquid gas. Then I'm gonna stick this up there, and then I'm gonna try and get the bolts started. All right, dude, that was like
Super sketchy.
you got to match up these little gears. Got to jiggle this wheel,
You gotta jiggle the whole damn thing.
and you just got to jiggle the shit out of it. All right, so I'm gonna get the bolts started around and seal this thing up. So,
Don't give up.
because that was a pain in the ass, but it finally went on. It finally just clicks. All right, I just cracked this thing open. Some of this blue goo, thread locker stuff.
I noticed these bolts all had a little bead of them on it, especially on the drive shaft on the back. So I'm just gonna do the same.
Put a little bit on there to keep it from those things rattling loose or whatever. All right, I've been going around torquing these bolts to about 34 pounds.
And down, and up, and down.
I said at one point, I said I didn't have any special tools, but I do have this torque wrench.
And down, and up, and down.
I just got it recently, so I'm kind of enjoying it, using it on this project. I got all these bolts around here torqued up, and I got the 3 smaller ones at the top. So you get those done, and then this thing should be on.
All right, this is the little
Arm piece.
Whatever.
So I put this gasket maker, squeezed it on there around. Now I'm gonna go plant this sucker. All right, I slapped that on there, and now I got the bolts and I got this Loctite stuff. So I'm gonna hit those. Just 4 bolts. I'm hoping that this sucks that tight, and the next piece will be this slip washer that goes right there to hold this thing on. All right, I got those bolts in, got it torqued down to the right pressure.
And down, and up, and down.
I might have overdone it on gasket maker. Now, I do see that groove right at the base is a little bit exposed, so now got to get this on, and I'm gonna have to get the snap pliers
and spread it, take it down over there, and then try and get it down to sit in that groove.
That's the next step, bro.
Hell yeah.
Shawty fire burning on the dance floor. Whoa.
That snap washer, once I got it over there, slid it down, it went remarkably smooth. One of the easier things of this project, because that holds the whole damn thing on. And now I got this piece. I'm gonna put it on, then I gotta bend it down and kind of beat it in there gently. And then I'm gonna put on
This piece of shit.
I don't even know if it's gonna fit, but I imagine I'll have to beat it on and it'll kind of take the shape. Considering it looks like a freaking oval instead of a circle now. All right, getting this thing on sucks because it's all out of shape. But a couple things I did, I greased up. You're supposed to re-grease this gear shaft thing anyway, is what I saw on YouTube, and I'll believe anything on the internet apparently. I greased it up. I got a giant socket. Take Mr. Sledge, and I'm trying not to beat the hell out of it because I don't want to like fuck anything up. I'll get it on.
There's no doubt about that.
All right, that was ridiculous. Literally, you have to
Beat the shit out of that thing.
One trick I did, I'm sure there's a tool for this, I just don't know what I'm doing. So one trick I did, at the risk of breaking my vice grips, is I put the pliers around there and then beat the shit out of it with a hammer. You know, on each side of the pliers, like over here and over there, and then I'd rotate the pliers.
It had to go back over that and take its original shape, but it didn't like it. So that's it. Transfer case is back on.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind.
I just have to do the drive shaft.
I busted a U-joint, cracked it. It's not terrible, but I'm going to replace the U-joint, differential side of the drive shaft, and then I'm going to reattach it.
And then it's going to be test drive time. I'm working on this drive shaft. I needed to replace this U-joint, and I'm in the process of getting the old one out. And I learned a trick from YouTube. If you get a giant socket on the bottom, put your U-joint on the bottom, and then get a smaller socket on top, and then get your hammer and
Beat the hell out of it.
you can drive the old U-joint down. Now it's poking out. This part I'm supposed to be able to pull off with some vice grips. Once this cap pops off, then I should be able to get the old one out, and then I'm gonna figure out how to get the new one in. So, all right, quick update. Got the new U-joint installed.
There's plenty of videos on that, so I didn't bother going step by step on that. I was mainly
Focused on the transfer case. So anyway, gonna put this back on. There's lots of videos on that too, so I'm probably gonna slap it and quick final look at everything reassembled, and then we're gonna moment of truth test drive. Another quick update. This drive shaft went in like a champion. This thing freaking just easiest part of the whole damn project. I just put this right back in place, and it just sat down.
So, knock on wood. Gonna put these strap bolts back in. Gonna put some Loctite on them.
And then I think the last thing, fill up the fluid. Yeah, there it is. Fill hole, drain hole in the bottom, obviously. So I'll fill up the transmission fluid in there, and then I think we'll be ready. Bang.
I was able to get that thing back on, reuse that thing, and it feels snug and tight.
Probably the preferred method is you get a new one of these or a hose clamp. I don't know, but it's on there. I'm going with it. We're good on this. Everything's back together now. The gasket maker stuff I bought said it needs to cure 24 hours. Feels a little tacky. I just put it on like 14 hours ago or something, late last night. Last step is put the fluid in, test it out. But I'm probably gonna give this,
It's cold as hell.
this time of year out here in the garage, and I'm gonna give this a little more time to cure. Close the garage door, and it'll heat up a little bit in here, and then it'll be
Time for the test run, baby.
the time has come. We're putting in the manufacturer recommended fluid from the manual. Took out the fill hole plug. Bought this little pump
Doohickey thing.
at AutoZone. I bought the wrong size, but I'm making it work. Because it's gonna get it done. It's supposed to just go until it starts leaking out the hole, and that means it's full. And then we put the plug back in, and we're done. Got the fill plug back in. and got it filled with fluid. So now, moment I've been waiting for. Is we're gonna start this baby up, and we're gonna stomp on the gas and see if we hear that clanking noise. All right, so far so good. I backed it out of the garage. Car's running. Backed out no problem. So I was just letting it warm up a little bit. Now we're gonna give it a little test here. Okay. Okay. I don't hear any clanking, but I didn't really step on the gas, so I'm gonna turn around and we're gonna test it out.
Oh shit.
Oh. Okay.
Key to my city is over. No thoughts, only in the color covers. I said records, wretches, hold up.
Hold up.
I know they came here to see if you were free.
Oh hell yeah, boy.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. What I haven't messed with is the actual transfer case gear shifter. So, let's see. My understanding is put regular transmission in neutral, and then that's 4-wheel part-time. Let's give this a little ride.
Yeah, boy. Alright.
Now we're gonna go to 2-wheel.
Yes, sir. No clanking. Seems to be running fine.
Alright, now we're back in 4-wheel full time.
Okay. Boom. Now I guess
We'll try going to neutral.
okay.
Seem to go there. And we'll go 4 low.
Okay. That went into 4 low. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
4 low bites pretty hard. Hell yeah, dog. Alright. Quick check under the vehicle after the test drive.
That muffler's a piece of shit.
I don't see any leaks. I didn't hear any clanking. Feeling pretty pumped.
I know they came here to see if you were free.
And there you go. That's one way to replace the transfer case drive chain on an 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. That was a big job. I can't believe I actually took that on by myself. Again, I'm not a mechanic. I don't have a lift. I don't have special tools. And I just watched YouTube and figured it out.
All I do is win.
If you hear a loud ass clanking noise, clank, 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 clank. When you're stepping on the gas and you've got one of these older, like I think it's like 99 to 04, 2004 Grand Cherokees, it's probably your transfer case chain. And that thing was worn out. As you saw in the video, it was slacking.
Anyway,
Would I do that again? I probably would. I probably would do it again, knowing that it worked. I'm curious to know what a garage, a real mechanic, would charge for that. The parts were the chain, and then the fluid. And I had to buy a couple tools like the snap ring pliers and the little pump to pump the fluid in. So cost for me were $200. Then it was all my time and learning and figuring out and,
headaches and pain and
you know, doing this in like 20-degree weather.
Anyway, but I'm thinking it's probably like at least a $1,500 job, maybe more.
But there were lots of things that I learned, and it was really good. And I would recommend it. I'm sure that people are watching this video that know what they're doing, like mechanics, and they're probably like laughing their ass off. But all in all, I got through it. And so I'm pretty pleased. And now this thing runs like a champ. It's always ran good. So good luck in your repairs. And after a nice, long, successful job like that, you know what time it is. Boom. Let's go.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
cheers.
All right, the real test. Teenage driver.
Leaving. Let's see if we have any clacking noise when she stomps on the gas.
Fire.
Somebody call 911. Shawty fire burning on the dance floor. Ooh, oh.